live streamed and talking Lego, all kinds of Lego news always to talk about. Let's see what's going on right now. At this point, there's the sales going on with the Lego website or lego.com. I think this is the last day for the Amazon Prime situation to happen. So the 7th through the 9th. And then, what is it, like on the 14th, I think I saw a email notification that on the 14th they're gonna have, or Lego's gonna have, double VIP points. Oh, I'm still using the old terminology. Double insider points for Lego. So it's kind of a interesting time to decide if there's that set that you're waiting for. Do you get it now and maybe it's a sale price that you can take advantage of, or if you wait another week and you can get the double insider points and maybe a sale at the same time. So hello to Rich Bear Bricks. Psh, good to see you back here. Jake Stop Motion. Psh, and Beastie Boy. Psh, all right. Hope you guys are still there. Leave a like if you just joined and signed on. Thanks for all the fun emojis, sending them out this way towards the live stream. And it looks like Rich Bear Bricks, you have this set, the 75326 Boba Fett Throne Room, right? Did I say it right? Boba Fett Throne Room, 732 pieces. So I was in the midst of bag 3. So I'm going to continue that and just see where things are in terms of Lego news. Let me get the Lego website on here. I wish I could share the screen, but I don't have that fancy setup yet. And it's crazy to think that the UCS Death Star, as expensive as it is, was pretty popular. Already on back order. I guess not too bad. So if you were to order it, you'll get it in about 2 weeks. So October 25th. So pretty popular set. Go figure. Jake Stop Motion says, how long is the stream today going to be? I usually try to, on average, live stream for about an hour. So probably till 6:45 my time. So yeah, roughly 45 to 50 minutes from now. So if you're able to hang out for a little bit, Jake, that's awesome. Or if you just want to keep the live stream on in the background and treat it as a podcast, for sure, go for it. And I'm going to try and get pretty far with this build here. So I've already connected, I don't know if this, yeah, it does, it folds out. So I've already connected kind of one wing of the throne room. Whoa, comes off there, gotta be careful. And got one minifigure built up so far. So we got Boba Fett and the throne room coming together. And it wasn't a popular build, this set, apparently. Or I saw a fair amount of criticism of it, but I like the build, especially after a summer of live streams and building these huge sets behind me. If you guys were around for that point, I think a lot of you were, for the Bardor build and the Rivendell build behind me. And so now I've got kind of a goal for building up towards, literally building up towards Black Friday, November, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. So this guy will stay in the background for a while. Proud to have this in our collection now. Was thinking that was going to be very popular, and I was right. I'm sure a lot of people knew that, though, because this set is on back order, I think. How is the set on back order now? Can you still get the AT-AT for... All right, can you get it before Christmas? I guess that's the question. Can you get it before Christmas? We'll ship in 60 days. So roughly, yes. Roughly, yes. So that would be, what, December 9th or so, December 10th. So if you like Lego and you like talking Lego, please join the chat. We'd love to have you guys here. And, of course, here's our BrickTherapy23 logo. Usually my son is in the live stream. At least that was the trend. And then as school started, kind of powered his way through the first quarter. But I have on good knowledge that he wants to join the live stream this weekend. So that'll be fun too. So if you see Brick Therapy down here somewhere, click on that, like the chat, like the live stream, and join us. Also subscribe if you'd like to. Be part of our channel. I'd love to have you. So what's up, Beastie Boy? How are you guys doing? Are you taking advantage of any of the Lego sales that are going on right now? How much is the set, says Jake Stop Motion. So if you're talking about the throne room set, it's retired now, but I'm pretty sure you could get this set probably for, that's a good question. You could probably get this set for a pretty reasonable price. I'm guessing because there's just so much out now. There's so many different Star Wars sets. This one was retired pretty quickly because I don't think it was that popular. So it's set 75326, Boba Fett's Throne Room. Kind of a set based on Return of the Jedi and the third movie where you see Boba Fett's lair and everything like that. But this is more connected to the spin-off show from Disney Plus, and when Boba Fett comes back to, is it Tatooine, and takes the throne room for himself, or it takes over the territory for himself, since Boba Fett has been taken out, like literally. So let's see, for this set, I'll just look at it up because that's a fun question, fun to figure out the answer. Let's see what this set goes for. Oh yeah, you can get this for a decent price, used for about $50. So I think, Jake, if you looked up this set, its original price was double that. So you do pretty good. You did pretty good not buying it at all and just waiting for it to go used. If you even want this set, it's a fun build, and I got this thinking it would just be a fun part to our collection. I think it is. It's a fun build, and so I got to finish the rest of bag 3 here, and then get to, there's, let's see, there's 7 minifigs, so that's kind of fun also. But so far, I've only opened one and put, you know, the main guy, the one that everyone wants, of course, Boba Fett. So that brings me back to the Lego sales that are going on right now. The Sarlacc Pit is another set that's on sale through lego.com. Actually, it's on sale and probably a little bit cheaper if you go through regular retailers. So it's like $55 or so on all the regular retailers that you can think of, and then $63 through Lego if it's still there. And then if you get it at Lego, of course you get insider points, but $8 cheaper through regular retail. So maybe that's the better option if you want that set. And of course that Sarlacc Pit set would go well if you have, or if you're thinking of getting the UCS Jabba's barge. So lots of Star Wars going on there for those that collect Star Wars Lego. Have you built any Rebuild the Galaxy sets? Yes, Jake Stop Motion. I believe this one is one. Let me pull it out here. It might be easier to see because you mean, I believe this is Rebuild the Galaxy. Like there's the Jedi Bob Starship. So there's Jedi Bob. And one of these guys. What are these guys called? I know if the names come to mind before, I can't think of them. You know, It's a Trap guy. And here's the ship. So yes, I do believe this is a Rebuild the Galaxy, because that's more of like a cartoon or comic strip, or maybe even fan fiction. Yes, so there it is for that. And then I think the Dark Falcon is also a Rebuild the Galaxy set. I wish I had the box here, I could look. But isn't the Dark Falcon also part of that series of Rebuild the Galaxy? So yes. So if you have those sets, Jake Stop Motion, what do you think? What do you think of that theme? I really like the 2 that we have, especially the Dark Falcon. That's such a fun build. I think that might actually be on a sale somewhere as well. There was talk of that retiring, but I don't think that set's going to retire anytime soon. It's pretty popular. I know when that came out, you couldn't find it. It got bought up pretty quickly. You couldn't find that one at the Lego store or pretty much any store for a while, because we were on the hunt for the Dark Falcon over the summer for at least, gosh, probably about 5 weeks or so, 5 or 6 weeks. So yep, it's still available on Dark Falcon. Not on sale though. The Dark Falcon's not on sale. I think it's on sale, or at least a discounted price. I don't know how much. It used to be going for about 140 on Amazon, but I haven't checked lately. Ricky Bricks, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I have the Dark Falcon and Jedi Bob. Very cool, Ricky Bricks. What do you think of that build? Have you put the Dark Falcon together? I love all those Falcon sets. Well, primarily because I think the Millennium Falcon is, a character unto its own when it comes to Star Wars. And the ship itself is just so iconic. It's a fun, science fiction type of ship or Star Wars fiction type of ship. Dare I say that? And that was one of the first, as a little kid, that was one of the first kind of high-end or expensive toys I got as a kid in the 80s. And so to see it come out in Lego, that was what got us into Lego Star Wars, actually. I know I've said that before, but right here, can't see it in the camera, but this is the White Falcon from the Han Solo movie series. So, when Disney started churning out all the new movies coming out, but this set was out around 2017, 2018, and once I saw that, I was like, okay, if I am going to get a Star Wars Lego set, that's got to be it. That's going to be a fun build. And of course it is. Probably rebuilt it like 3 or 4 times. So for practical reasons, but also just for fun. I think my kids helped me build it once, and then I took the whole thing apart and just wanted to experience the build. So love these Star Wars sets that we have in our collection. So hopefully, as you know, the goal is to get the UCS Millennium Falcon. Welcome, Shadow Milk Fan. I built Lego. It took so long. What were you building, Shadow Milk Fan? Ricky Brick says, haven't built it yet. Haven't built the Dark Falcon yet. Liam's here. Dark Falcon, 30% off at Target Australia. Let's go. Psh, welcome, you guys. Welcome, welcome. Turkey's here as well. Psh, good to see all you guys. Make sure you leave a like as you join in. And if you like Lego, you like talking Lego, join the chat. Find our logo down here somewhere. We can get the Brick Therapy out again. Here he is. Find our little Brick Therapy logo guy, our sig fig, and click on him somewhere. Subscribe and join our channel. So yeah, it's been kind of a Star Wars live stream marathon of days where, oh, well, there's the castle. But after I built that castle, it's been lots of Star Wars. Built these diorama sets up. Really enjoyed those. You can kind of see them on the table now. And then went to the Boba Fett throne room. So we got a few of these random sets, I guess you could say, in our backlog. And just trying to think of fun, small, not maybe medium-sized scale sets to build as we get closer to Thanksgiving and then Christmas. I'm assuming there might be the opportunity, actually next week, I'm assuming there'll be some pretty good deals to get the UCS Millennium Falcon. So it's kind of becoming that point where sets go on sale now next week, or on the 14th they're going to offer, I guess next week they're going to offer double insider points through Lego. So that might be the moment to look for the UCS Millennium Falcon. So it's hard. It's very tempting to see for sale on the Lego sites at least 2 sets I've wanted, but not, high demand, but, sets that if you saw them for sale, you'd want to get. For example, one is the Medieval Village. That kind of would go well with the castle sets we've been collecting, building up here. And that set's been out for at least a year, probably 2 years. And then the Sarlacc pit, which I just brought up, that'd be cool. That one wouldn't be so bad to get. But the other thing is, as I see it now, especially since the UCS Millennium Falcon is obviously as close as you can get to the crazy price range as the as the UCS Death Star, right? About $800, actually $850 new. That if I were to buy any set between now and then, I'm taking away that budget, or that budgeted money for buying the UCS set, and so it'd almost be like I'm working against myself to get that set, because I want to take advantage of every possible discount and dollar I can before getting that set. And I don't know if you guys have ever built up a UCS set. I have not. I would think that's probably one of the most fun, of course, longer builds and challenging experiences out there for Lego. And that, of course, that would be a set. Any set of that scale and size would be one you do not take apart and rebuild again. I mean, Barrador and Rivendell are always already at that level. I don't know if I'd want to take apart and rebuild those. Although my son built up all the cool parts of Rivendell here, and then the cool parts of Barrador, the tower in the midsection there. I built the base, but he built all the impressive stuff. So I'm like, what do I do? All right, so welcome Ricky Bricks, welcome Jake Stop Motion, welcome Turkey, welcome Shadow Milk Fan, and good to see you guys. And of course, here he is. Matt is alive. Matt has arrived. Digging the dive. Striving to survive. Feeling the vibe. Drive to thrive. High five. Subscribe. Like the live. Matt is in the chat. How about that? And let's pin that message into the live stream. And let's go full on so we can thrive. Matt is alive. Love it. Hey, Dad, is son still off to Lego college? Yes, but he's coming home for the weekend, Matt, so he will be here to join in the live stream again. So he's planning to join us. I guess I'll have to pick a time, Saturday, and hopefully you guys will be around when we live stream. So yes, like the live. So yes, son's little brick therapy's coming back. Jake Stop Motion says, if the UCS Death Star was $100 off, would you buy it? Oh, good question, Jake Stop Motion. I heard in the last chat that it went down to $750. So it's $850 right now. I think it went down to $750 at Walmart. If the rumors are true, or if the news from that day is true. I don't know if it's still true. Let me look. You guys can tell me also if you see that. If it went down $100, I would consider it only if it was through the Lego.com website, or through Lego.com. The reason being, I want to take advantage, because it's such a high-priced, set, that I want to get the insider points. So yeah, right now it's true. It's true. $749 through Walmart. Lego Star Wars, Millennium Falcon, building set for adults. So $750. You save $100. I don't know if there's anything you have to do to qualify for that price, if you have to join their version of Prime, but it doesn't look like it. Although it says not available, so maybe this is something that was available, and I guess it got bought up. Not available. Oh, maybe it's just not available near me. I wonder if you can buy it, but it doesn't give me any options to buy it somewhere else. So, okay, maybe that's not a deal anymore. So yeah, good question, Jay Stop Motion. So yeah, basically the idea though is if there's double insider points and a possible Rakuten, if you guys know about that, Rakuten offers you cash back when you buy sets through them. You link your website through them and through Lego, and you get an automatic discount or cash back, like literally cash back through PayPal. And actually, that was the other thing. I looked on Rakuten, and there is a discount going, or a cash back offer already going, at least as of yesterday. I think it was a 15% discount. So that's basically what I'm looking to take advantage of. So even if a real retailer like Walmart marked it down $100, which sounds pretty good, but if I can get insider points and cash back, then that's as just, if not better than a discount. Plus, if I can get a gift with purchase. So I don't know if there'll be a gift with purchase offered during this double insider point days, but that's another. I'm kind of hoping for, you know, a hat trick, right? So insider points, high Rakuten percentage sales or cashback percentage, and then a gift with purchase. So I know there's already been a series of those things happening already, but I know Lego also is trying to, you know, clear out their inventory for this year, or and just, you know, get ready for the next new set of 2026 sets. So kind of banking on a lot, but hopefully that works out. We'll see. But yeah, if you guys know of any Lego deals, let me know. The price points are interesting. I think the lowest I've seen, like the Millennium Falcon, go down on sale wise hasn't been for a couple of years, maybe 3 years actually. I think it went down to 600, around 650 or so on Amazon. So that was I wasn't really looking at that set back then because just the price was so intimidating. But now that you have this UCS set and the Venator and the Titanic and other huge sets, something seems, I guess, possible. Liam Brick the Bed says, did you order any Series 6 BDP? Series 6 BDP. What is that, Liam Brick the Bed? I guess I don't know all the abbreviations. Yes, thanks. Matt is alive. Like the live. Like the live. Film and Brick says hello. Film and Bricks. Let's go. Psh, Star Wars Battlefield. Psh, haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. And Film and Brick says hello to everybody. John Powell is here. Psh, all right. So yeah, I saw the sale prices going on. Apparently Walmart had the UCS Millennium Falcon for $750, but it's advertised on their website with that sale price, but it's not available. So I don't know. I don't know if that means it's available anymore. I'll have to look on that, but the price did drop 100 with them. I wonder if it'll drop anywhere else. And yeah, if I can get closer to that goal of like gift with purchase, high Rakuten cash back, and double insider points, which is for sure happening next week, that might be the time to get that UCS set. And boy, would that be cool. See, that's the thing with these large scale sets. There's just times where you know you want to get those type of sets. It would wipe out my insider points, and if I used them all, of course, and a couple of Lego gift cards. It's just all on my account. But so that would already save $100 just doing those two things alone. So I'd have insider points and a gift card that I could use, and so that would already save $100. So then insider points or Rakuten would be great. Rakuten's at 15% discount right now. So let's just say it's still there. I don't know. Rakuten's very unpredictable when they do their cash back. So, but if you got a 15% off of the $850 price, so that would take off $127. That's kind of nice. And then another $100, so about $227. If I could get $227 off, this is what I was trying to figure out last year. If the UCS set was that, if it was worth that much to me. So that's down to $623. And then you count the value of maybe a $25 gift with purchase, so maybe it goes down to $600 in actual money spent on a set. And I mentioned last time in our live stream, the live stream 2 days ago, I said the hard part, I think the reason why I didn't act on it last year is because it's still that amount of money. So you calculate all those number values into the discount, and you knock off $200 basically, almost $250. It's still $600. So what could you get? What could you get with $600 through Lego? Quite a lot. You could definitely get one of these in another decent sized set. So 2 sets, or if you think three or 4 medium sets, maybe 2 modular sets. there's a lot going on there, and there's at least, well, one module I want for sure is the history museum. So yeah, the planning and thinking it through never ends. At some point, you know, you just make the decision and get it. That's when I got Barrador. I had all those insider points stacked up from getting Rivendell and other sets prior to that. And so once that happened, I'm like, all right, I got to use this time. And we were live streaming and we had all this momentum. So it just made sense. We're going to get Barrador because we said if we can do a full summer of live streams with Lord of the Rings, then getting the Barrador set and building it up with you guys live will be worth it. And we're growing our channel, and it was just perfect timing. So with the UCS set, can I arrive at that same moment where I get a really good discount, cash back, gift with purchase? And now that we're looking at all these Lego sales going on, you know, there are some tempting things, but we'll see. Star Wars Battlefield says, be right back. Sounds good. Sounds good. John Powell says, bought some candy from Amazon, but no Lego. John Powell, getting ready for the end of the month, October giveaways, right? Candy-wise. Jake Stop Motion says, what kind of candy did you get? Ivan says, hi, BrickTherapy. You were right about what you said. So instead, I will buy the Lego UCS Death Star for my December 11th birthday. Ivan, let's go. Which part was that right about, Ivan? Was it just that it went on back order? Or if you can, Ivan, if you can wait until spring, I know that's a long time after your birthday. But let's just say, you know, you get a gift card in Lego at that same value. Could you possibly wait until May the 4th? Because I have a feeling Lego has to re-release that gift with purchase. I would think. It seems like an easy set to, you know, reproduce again and put out there. It's just a small TIE fighter. It's just hard knowing that you missed out on that gift with purchase. Even though it's not that great, it's still, as others have said, it still belongs to the set. It should have just belonged to the set anyway, if you can. But you know, if it's a gift and someone's getting you a gift, then that's fun too. But you just miss out on that. The thing is, though, with that gift with purchase, I'm pretty sure, other than the minifigures, well, actually, I think they're just 2 basic Stormtroopers. I'm sure you could just get those fairly easily without spending, you know, too much extra money. But I bet you could probably rebuild that TIE fighter. The hard part, of course, would be the midsection where the pilot is in the middle. That'd be a specialized set. And man, my thought on that again was that that TIE fighter just looked so basic, and it wasn't impressive. That they could have at least made it maybe Darth Vader's TIE fighter, if it's the same name, like the one he flies in the Attack of the Death Star in the Kessel Run, and he's the one that has his ship has the curved wings. I think that would have been a pretty sweet gift with purchase if they'd done that. I think the same amount of pieces could have been used. The budget wouldn't have gone over or anything. I don't know if it would have meant much to include another Darth Vader, but who cares? Like the pilot outfits are great. So I think they gave a TIE fighter pilot in that other one. So anyway, it's not my decision, but I thought that would have been a good set to do instead. Or if you do get that set, then you could probably, you can mod it, right? I think you can mod the wings and make it maybe like that. If that, makes it a little bit better. John Powell says, I never count a GWP in the numbers. That only counts if you actually sell it. I never have. Yeah, I guess you could say that, John Powell, but to me, it's like I got more Lego for my money. So in that case, it's not like I didn't benefit from it, even if I keep or hold on to the gift with purchase. Jake Stop Motion says, but they would announce like a May the 4th deal for the UCS Death Star, and then it would only be like 5%. Perhaps. Yeah, I don't know. I just think I guess it depends. Like the set is obviously did well. It's on back order now. So I think to recreate the excitement again, like it was for the release day, to do something for May the 4th, like they always do. Some special sets will get released at that point, and make the UCS Death Star part of another gift with purchase package of some sort. Phil and Brick says, seems like you could build the TIE Fighter. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Phil and Bricks. Yeah, that it's not a deal breaker in a sense. It's just that because it was already included, at least in my thinking, since it was already included as a gift with purchase, that you should get it. You should get the complete package, and it shouldn't have been a gift with purchase to begin with. It should have just been part of the set, as others have said. But yeah, you could definitely rebuild it. Star Wars Battlefield is back. What do you think, Star Wars Battlefield, of all this UCS Death Star talk? Jake Stop Motion, hello. John Powell, no candy is for me. M&M, variety pack, 2 boxes of Hershey bars, Kit Kat, Reese's Cups. Those all sound good to me. Man, as a kid, actually, my favorite would be the Snickers bite-sized ones. I love Snickers, especially in October. I shouldn't eat any of them, but man, I like Snickers. Yes, give me your Reese's, says Jake Stop Motion. Star Wars Battlefield says, make sure to like and subscribe to BrickTherapy23. Let's go. Thank you, Star Wars Battlefield. Let's get that out there. And the new comment pinned. Let me see if I can pin what that says. Matt is Alive sent the same thing, but now this is more recent. So let's do the like and subscribe. Thank you, Star Wars Battlefield. Hello, Brick Together. Back. Yes, welcome back. What's up, everyone? And Cole is here as well. Got my 2 mods. Got the mods here. Welcome, you guys. So, slowly building and mostly talking, but slowly building the Boba Fett throne room set. And again, I made the mistake of putting the pieces in all the extra pieces plate. So now it's a little bit of a headache to find where everything is, but that's okay. I can sort and find everything eventually here. I got 2 large scale plate pieces. Hopefully I didn't skip something. But yeah, there's some tempting sales out there right now. I don't know if they're still there. Let me check. I'm curious now if that UCS Death Star is on sale at Amazon or Target. I don't know, because they all sell that set. Which I don't know why Lego calls that an exclusive set. It was not an exclusive set, just last month, I don't think. That was the best part of considering getting the UCS Millennium Falcon, is that it wasn't an exclusive set, and so then the Rakuten, you could max out on the Rakuten cash back. Although I've heard the trick where if you do have Rakuten and you buy an exclusive set and you want to get the higher percentage, just buy a regular, like a keychain or something, some small other item from Lego, and then you could kind of, I guess, hack or glitch the system so you can get the like higher discount. So in this case, if it's still there, as of yesterday, it was a 15% discount, which is pretty sweet through Lego.com. So if anybody was paying attention to all the sales that were going on, and then Rakuten was in on the momentum, getting people to buy Lego. So 15% discount would have been cool. Hey, Tanner, welcome back. Welcome back after a couple days. Can we get to 25 likes? Let's go. Jake Stop Motion, 13. Let's go. More than halfway there. Star Wars Battlefield says, couldn't stay any longer about the Death Star. The gift with purchase is pointless to me. It should have already been part of the official set. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. But it's a bummer that it's not there anymore. And so if you can hold out and maybe see what happens, I'm thinking it will come back on May the 4th. Perhaps not, but that's a theory. Or maybe some other cool Star Wars gift with purchase will qualify. Well, they'll probably have a few. May the 4th, they always have a few different gift with purchases. Some of them are pretty decent. I think the last 2 have been related to the episode 1 movie, like the what do you call it, the droids and their attack ship. I don't know what the technical term is. I know that was one, and then last year there was was it last year or maybe just last year they had the Camino training facility, is that right? Where they had the clones without their armor on, so they didn't look like clones or stormtroopers. They just had 3 of those guys. I thought that was a cool one, so maybe they'll bring back something like that. So yeah, John Powell says, Brick Together, hello. John Powell says, they actually make the Reese's Cups 5 minutes from my house. Oh, those, I love all those products. I think Kit Kat would be my other favorite. Did you put that in your list, John Powell? I like Kit Kat. That would be a great one. So yeah, welcome everyone. Jake Stop Motion says, gotta go. Thank you, Jake Stop Motion, for being here. Psh, high fives. Everyone, hope you have a good night. Peace. Star Wars Battlefield, are you signing out too? Psh, leave a like, guys, before you head out. Liam Brick the Bed says, have a good stream. Thank you, Liam. Psh, all you guys signing out. But as a cool guy leaves, we get another cool guy coming in. Hey, BrickTherapy23 and friends. Psh, welcome back, Beans. Good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, talking some fun ideas for candy. It's always good to talk about candy when you're talking, and we're into the month of October here, month of Bricktober. So that used to be a thing. I don't know if you guys remember that. That's not too long ago. Wasn't there exclusive minifig packs that would come out with Barnes and Noble, or maybe also Target or Walmart? And I know that because I got one of them. But yeah, wasn't there like a special Bricktober series of minifigs you could get during October? Like the one we got, this is when we had our awesome 2020 haul, back when my kids were smaller. Actually, I think I showed it in one of our first videos that we ever posted, our summer 2020 haul. But I got one of those Bricktober sets, and it had the Marvel lineup of, let's see, what were their names? Winter Soldier. So we had Winter Soldier, we had Black Panther, and Loki, and some other specialized MCU minifigure. But yeah, those were cool. I think they did that for a few of the different themes. They definitely did it for Marvel. They probably did it for Star Wars, and they probably did it for Harry Potter. But I don't know if that still happens. Maybe you guys know. Ivan says, to not buy the Lego UCS Death Star day one. Oh, got you, Ivan. Okay, so coming back to that conversation, to hold out and not get the Lego UCS Death Star day one. Ivan, were you the one who had family members traveling abroad and they were going to try and get the UCS Death Star, but they were in Europe or maybe in the UK, and they're going to try and buy it there, but we're all saying, like, don't do that because it's going to cost you a lot more money, and you can always come back and get it in the US. So yeah, October 1st was when it was available to Lego Insiders, but if you're not a Lego Insider, I don't think you could get it until the 4th, October 4th. But again, at that point, you can just sign up and join. And I'm sure maybe people did that at the Lego store, didn't realize, oh, I have to be a Lego Insider to buy this thing on the 1st of the month. And then probably just signed up right away on their phone or something as they're waiting in line. But man, that set was pretty popular. I know I was very curious to see how that would all go over, and it went over well for Lego. Although I did have a theory or a thought of, maybe they had shortchanged the amount of UCS sets they made for the release, because the UCS sets went on back order before the gift with purchase was sold out, or they ran out of those on the website. So I'm thinking it should have been the opposite. I thought, like, the gift with purchase, so many people are buying them, then of course all the gift with purchases will run out first, and then you can just get the set. That's how it happened with Barador. That was also popular. That gift with purchase went quickly, that's what creates the momentum and the FOMO to buy those big sets. But in this case, the UCS set went on back order before they ran out of the gift with purchase. So the gift with purchase was available all the way until it struck midnight October 8th, which the last day to buy with that gift with purchase was October 7th. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting that that happened. Maybe it's happened before, but again, I would think it would be the opposite. John Powell says, got Christmas sets as gift with purchases from Barnes & Noble. Yeah, that's right. They do their own gift with purchase as well. Haven't thought about Lego purchasing at Barnes & Noble for the longest. I think the last time I actually got any set from them was related to, they had some really good discounts a while back when I think they started releasing those Harry Potter sets. And we got one of the first, at least I thought, one of the first series of Harry Potter sets where it was like their, it was one of the, kind of like one of their modular builds. It looked really cool, almost like an old English chapel or church, but I think it was their classroom setting or their banquet hall. And you got that set for like at least 20 or 30% off for my son, my older son, who was pretty into the Harry Potter books and the Lego sets at the time. So yeah, I don't know. I know Barnes and Noble sells Lego. I've seen they're interesting now. I don't know if it happened when COVID came around, but they have their sets all secured. Like they have boxes on the shelves, but they're all empty. At least the mid-range to larger ones, they have them, all of them out, just the boxes out on the shelves where, you know, you can, if you want to buy it, you gotta ask for someone to bring you this set for when you purchase it. So that's changed. So I don't know if the Bricktober thing has faded and they just don't do it anymore, but I thought that was like one of the cool ways to get discounted Lego, actually. Well before I ever thought about how much of a discount they would give you for a lot of sets at the time. We go on their website. This was like 2018 or so, but and then learn about the Bricktober sets. But now I don't know. I don't think any of that is a thing. I could be wrong, but I guess you could look now. It is October. Hopefully I don't need that piece because I just dropped a little piece on the floor. John Powell says, they have given poly bags of Halloween related parts as gift with purchases. Oh, okay. So there are some things out there. So we'll see. 14 likes. You get up to 15 likes. And if you're new to the channel, I think everyone on the channel has been here before. So good to see all you guys. And tell me what's going on with Lego news. So yeah, I was curious about the Lego sets that are on sale and what you guys have found, if you're even interested in getting those sets. And one of the sets that would work against me is getting that medieval town set, or the the Sarlacc pit wouldn't hurt too much, I guess. That's only, well, only, I say only, it's still $60, a lot of money, but I think on lego.com it's 63, and then all the other discount retailers it's down to 55. Let me see if it's still there. I'll just go to the sale page and see, because I'm curious. And then, are they offering any gift with purchases now at this time? They've got double insider points. Oh, it's earlier than I thought. Or no, maybe it's for a different theme. So earn double loyalty points on selected Lego Formula 1 sets. So that's happening right now, actually, till the 11th. So I've got a couple more days. Any of the Lego Formula 1 sets, and then a lot of sale sets. The Medieval Town's $183, and then there's some Marvel sets too. I call the Avengers Assemble Age of Ultron like a very Merry Christmas Marvel set, because there's all those pine trees with snow on them, and it just looks silly. I don't know if that set sold very well. It wasn't very impressive. There's a lot of minifigures that come with it, but then it's just a bunch of random tree builds and whatnot. Sarlacc Pit, or Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit is still there for $63.99, but it's about $8 cheaper on Amazon, and I think probably Walmart too. Now I'm curious about that. So those are the two that I was thinking about, but since they're not like flying off the shelves, maybe I could wait on that one. Comic Brick Studios, welcome. Psh, hello, sir. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome, Comic Brick Studios. Psh, be sure to leave a like, everyone. Welcome. We got 16 likes. That's awesome. And if you're new to our channel, I'll just throw this out there again because I pinned what Star Wars Battlefield said, but I don't know if it's there anywhere on Star Wars Battlefield. He might have signed off already. But click on the nice logo guy here, our BrickTherapy23 guy, and like the chat and subscribe. So I think, was this the last part? Oh no, 2 more pieces. So hopefully I didn't drop the piece I needed on the floor because it's disappeared for now. But I am building Boba Fett's throne room. Got kind of 2 sections connected together, and then this part you can open up the set. So I think it's pretty decent build for 700 pieces, considering there's other sets here, although I can't complain about this one. This is what I built up the other day. This is the only thing I got from the UCS Death Star theme. This is the 10% version of it, the trash compactor diorama. So I like that set, very cool build. But this has a lot more pieces, and with the size of this box, it feels like there's a lot more there. And then, of course, showing off, the one thing I did come away with October 1st was the AT-AT. Did any of you guys get this set? That was a fun set to get, especially since I ordered it on Lego.com and got it less than 2 days later, really. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I think Jake Stop Motion asked about Rebuild the Galaxy set, so I brought out the Jedi Bob set here. This is another fun build. There he is. There's Jedi Bob. My son did a stop motion using these characters here. That's it. The Akbar guy. The Akbar guy with Stormtrooper armor. So he's kind of going to join the club here now that I think about it. With Luke and Han, right? They got the Star Wars armor on as well. This is why minifigures are so cool. So if you're a Lego collector, you just can't go wrong. The minifigures make the set. Phil and Brick says hello to Comic Brick Studios. That makes sense. Have a blessed day, everyone. I'm off for the night. Phil and Bricks, psh, love it. Thanks for joining us. Leave a like. I'm sure you did, but leave a like if you haven't. And thanks for joining the live stream as we build here. And man, I am kind of getting hungry talking about all that candy. John Powell brought up Halloween candy, and now I'm thinking about dinner. Although I know you guys are in different time zones, but it's pretty much close to dinner time, or it is dinner time here in the West, on the West Coast. Prime time for that. So looking forward to Lego sales. Wondering about Bricktober, the Bricktober concept that Barnes & Noble and maybe, was it Target or Walmart that also did that, where you used to be able to get some exclusive figs in a, not a battle pack, it was kind of a cool packaging thing. It had like a clear plastic front to it, or face to it, and then you could see the Lego minifigures through that. W Stream, thanks Cole Nelson. Psh, thanks for the encouragement, Cole. Awesome, always glad to have you here. Okay, finally, bag 4. And now adding characters. I have no idea who these minifigures are. So, unless you're super into the Star Wars universe and the Disney Plus ones at that, then you'll know who those guys are. But okay, we'll start bag 4 and see how we do. I'm not going to add anything to this bag of extra parts. I got to put this in the plastic drawer where we keep all those extra parts. Okay, bag 4, building up 75326, Boba Fett's throne room. Pretty fun build, and I can safely say it's very recommendable if you want fun Star Wars build, then it's not bad, especially because I think it was overpriced, surprise, surprise, when it was released. Then it dropped down in price, so you might have gotten it new at a discount, but now it's not appreciating in value. In fact, it's gone down to, what, $50 on bricklink.com. Granted, that's used, but if you want a fun Star Wars build, I think that's the bottom for that set, bottom level for that set. Let me just show. Boba Fett, though, is pretty good, pretty cool build. You got his armor. It's definitely different from the lighter lime green armor that he's had before, and then the arm printing looks really good. And he's got, arm printing on both sides. I'm not an expert on dual molding and what all that entails, but I know that you can't have enough of the Boba Fett minifigure. There's a lot of people that love that guy. In fact, he's probably one of the fun minifigures to check out if you ever go to a Bricks and Minifig store. All the Star Wars minifigures. And then you see the very high-priced, or highly valued, I should say, highly valued Star Wars minifigures all on display in the case at a Bricks and Minifig shop. And Boba Fett being probably one of the most popular minifigs out there. I don't know if this particular Boba Fett will be valuable, but he might be. As we're seeing in a few live streams ago, another set that came out that wasn't very popular, I think it was like the equivalent of a UCS set, or was it a Master Builder UCS set? So more of a playable UCS build, but that set, the Cloud City is the one I'm thinking of. The Cloud City set that came out. I know there was an older or more original one that came out that I think was pretty popular. But here we go. Look at that hairpiece on that. Is she the one that helped in The Mandalorian help fix the ship? I can't remember. Although she's got a pretty weird look on her face. So I guess I have to revisit that Legend of Boba Fett show. Actually, no, I'm not going to revisit it. Maybe I can just look up I'll just look up the characters because I can't remember who they are. I think we started watching that show and then it kind of trailed off, or we trailed off from it. But yeah, going to Bricks and Minifigs, a lot of cool, great sets, great minifigures. If you are, wanting to go down memory lane and see what sets have come and gone, especially minifigures, there's a lot of cool ones to see there. Simply Tactical, psh, hello, welcome back. Welcome back. Ivan says, yep, but sadly they came back with no Lego. They traveled lightly with just backpacks. Ah, Ivan, this is was it your sister that was traveling? Came back. They got you thinking, man. They got you anticipating a possible extra suitcase full of Lego, also known as the UCS Death Star, that would be included. But I think they made the right choice, because why get something over there? It's going to cost you a lot more money. You can get it over here. Diego's here. Psh, good to see you. Been good. Chris Vick. Psh, goodness. Good to see all you guys back. Leave a like. Get us up to 20 likes, guys. I think there's enough of you out there to get us to 20 likes and talk Lego with us. And if you're new to the channel, of course, click on the Brick Therapy. He's floating around here somewhere. And subscribe. So here we go. We've got 2 characters. And if you guys know the Mandalorian or Legend of Boba Fett characters storyline, then you can tell me who these are. Of course, the names are on the box, but I don't know. I guess I didn't watch that story long enough. But the build, it's the build. It's kind of like other Legos, like Rogue One. A lot of cool characters in that one. And, of course, some of them were included a long time ago in that. I think they were is it Commander Krennic, the one who was kind of the villain in Rogue One, that knew that was what was installed in the Death Star was their weakness at the center of the whole battle station. But yeah, that UCS set that came out has him and the father character who the galactic engineer, whatever you call him, or the Imperial engineer who designed that in that set. Of course, you guys probably know that. But what I was just thinking is the Commander Krennic, I'm probably got the name wrong. The one who's wearing the all-white uniform. But pretty intimidating character. Anyway, I'm pretty sure, didn't they, when they came out with that Darth Vader's castle set, wasn't he included in that? That was a Star Wars set that was almost as enticing or tempting to me as the White Millennium Falcon, but went with, I think, the right choice in getting the White Millennium Falcon. Definitely not as expensive, but that I did like that set. And I think my decision on not getting that set after all, although it would have been a cool build, was that at the time I'm like, well, this isn't really part of the original Star Wars. So trying to be, I guess, a Star Wars Lego purist at the time, I didn't get it, but that would have been a fun build. John Powell says, yeah, haven't seen those minifig packs in a long time. Yeah, I think they're gone now, aren't they? I think they're gone. Chris Vick, hi Lego Dad. High fives to you again. Ivan Arroyo says, and when I bought the Lego UCS Millennium Falcon, I found out that it was so popular on release day that if you wanted to buy it, you had to get there before the Lego store opened to purchase it. Yes, I think that's pretty much standard procedure now, right? Seeing a few people document their experience going to the Lego store. They were at least a few hours earlier, just waiting in the mall, standing in line in the hallway, or the outer hallway there, waiting for the store to open, and waiting until everything was set up for them to, I guess, stand in a special line or special, or they had all the, I think they had all the UCS, or most of them packaged up ahead of time, so you could go in there and buy it quickly and get out, which is strange to go into the store and give them $1,000 and get it's too quick, but understandably if there's a huge line outside. So that would have been a fun, I don't know, maybe not to deal with crowds, but it would have been fun, I think, to be at the Lego store on release day for that, because of course also the AT-AT was there and people were swooping that one up quite a lot. So that thing went on back order quickly. But yeah, you're right, Ivan. I think the release day for the Millennium Falcon was pretty popular. And the one that's out right now, which has been out for 7 years or 8 years now, has what was I gonna say? Oh, is the second version of that. Is the second version of that UCS set. So the current UCS Millennium Falcon, let me look it up. I keep guessing as to when that's made. Maybe I should just look it up on BrickLink and see. But yeah, it's the second of that UCS Millennium Falcon series. So let's see. The first one, 10179 was the first UCS Millennium Falcon. That one is well worth over $1,000, depending on if you get it used or there's some still new. And then what is the one that's currently out? When was this released? Come on, BrickLink. Don't let me down. Give me the stats. 2017. So 8 years then. 8 years. Released 2017. So yeah, again, I don't know if I would go necessarily to the Lego store to buy a set like that live, but it would just be fun. I guess it would be the equivalent of when iPhones were popular and people got stuff. Hey, never too old for Lego. Good to see you back here. John Powell says, yes, every day one, there's a line waiting for the Lego store to open. Lots of YouTube people record it. That's the other thing. I don't know if I'd want to be around all those YouTubers. I think I would just want to experience the being there. Of course, you know, I'd want to document being there because it's kind of fun to see all these older Lego nerds, you know, buying Lego. Who does that? Of course, all us older guys who collect Lego. Got back into Lego with my kids and now enjoying the hobby quite a lot myself. It's just a fun thing to do. Love building Lego and just seeing the builds come together. Seeing the sets on display. It's just a good hobby to have. Very expensive, so you do, of course, have to be wise with your funds, which I can't say I have always been that way. So this UCS set, if I do get it, I need to take advantage of every possible discount and sale item I can. You know, to the point where maybe it does make sense to just get it used. Let's see, if I get that set used, I think the last time I looked at it up was like it's about $500. Let me find price guide. Whoops, not that. Who's actually selling the set complete with all every minifigure? So you could get it in Hong Kong for $465. I don't know how the shipping would be on that and tariffs and customs. So if I ordered it from the US, the closest and least expensive American vendor is selling it for $650. Built for display only by collector. No instructions or box or extra pieces. Comes with angle display case. Oh, that's kind of cool. Includes minifigs. Stickers have been applied. Will ship assembled or partially disassembled at buyer request. Well, there we go. So $650 is the lowest price range you could get from a US seller on BrickLink. And then there's a couple who are advertising it on in Hong Kong, selling it there. I don't know if that would work out too well with customs and everything, but who knows? Never Too Old for Lego says, what's up? I don't buy Lego. I buy adult plastic educational architect blocks, also known as APEAB. APAB. APABs. We'll call them APABs. Never Told for Lego. No kid will want anything with that name. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, they're great. You know, people like model building. Model building has been around for ages. And this is quite the equivalent of that, if not a lot better. No glue involved. Unfortunately, sometimes stickers, but you know, I can't complain with this kind of hobby or diversion, whatever you want to call it. But I love that Never Too Old for Lego. That is a great way. That's a great way to describe it. Adult construction plastic made blocks, or however you want to say it. I like it. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with that bill or that idea for the hobby, man. So adding a little bit more to, I guess, the cantina look of Boba Fett's throne room here. So he's definitely, he's not holding back. He's got some sections here built up for guests. And there you go. All right. John Powell says, did the same thing at GameStop. Waited outside for the PS5. They only had 5 come in. Awesome, John Powell. The PS5, I heard good things about that. That is a pricey console. Never Too Old for Lego says, hey, I have over 4,000 puzzles called Transformers. Yes, Transformers, Never Too Old for Lego. You must be a Gen Xer, man. Love it. Ivan says, that was on my want list. Also the Lego MBS Betrayal at Cloud City, but sadly it's already retired. Yeah, and that retired quick. I think it wasn't a popular set, but once it retired, man, did it go up in price. All right, guys, I have done the live stream for just over an hour. Time for dinner. So I'm going to plan and meet up with you guys in the next live stream. And little Lego therapy, my son, if you've been around for a while, you know he is. He's gonna plan to join us. Come back again. I gotta find a cool build for him for the weekend live stream. So I'll think about that. Yes, never too old for Lego. Let's go. 1970s. Gen Xer for sure. All right, guys. Thanks for leaving the likes. Thanks for joining the live stream. And I will talk to you soon. Get building.